It isn't very hard to tongue on the oboe, I think, because the reed is so sensitive that the response is pretty instantaneous. The key to tonguing on any wind instrument is this breast support required to keep the air moving through the instrument as the tongue is stopping the vibration of the reed itself. It's also important to realize that the tip of the tongue should touch just on the bottom blade, just under the edge on the bottom blade. The tongue does not touch between the blades in the opening created with the reed. Just as with the other wind instruments, the amount of tongue used is very slight. Just use the tip of the tongue on a very small amount of the reed. I'm going to just tongue a few notes up and down the oboe with a lot of breast support and listen to the sound that I achieve. So I've heard some young oboists talk about how the tongue needs to push into the reed in order to close the blades, that's how articulation is achieved. And that really is not true. If I did that, this is what the result would be. You can hear it sounds not as bad as slap tonguing on saxophone or clarinet, but you can hear it's kind of a pop, and the air is not allowed to continue between the notes, so I could never achieve a real nice legato. As far as achieving accents on the oboe with a sensitive reed, it's more about the punch of air given when the tongue is released than about how hard the tongue hits the reed. And remember, it really is not an attack of the tongue to the reed, but a releasing. To play staccato, I simply stop the air. I'm not putting my tongue back on the reed. If I did, this is what you would hear. Not very nice at all. So here's a legato tongue, so you hear end with something that sounds pretty decent.